What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. You can email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. You can text us 865-658-5824. Join alongside Tim live in Green Bay. We got Emilio being mysterious over there.
Forgot to turn on the light.
Got you. Back to talk some Packers tonight. As we get ready to do a Chalk Talk segment here in a little bit, fellas, I'm excited about that. Obviously, we will hop over to Rumble to get that thing cranked up. But how's everybody doing, Emilio? I know you're on the eve of the birthday there. How we feeling tonight, boss?
Yeah, I guess I did turn, 29 today, so I still got a year, right? I heard once I hit 30, it's over, but I'm good, man. Had an absolute blast. I know I wasn't on last night. Absolute blast in Nashville. It was unbelievable time. People, friends that I met. The ultimate Packer fan dude is on Twitter, let me tell you. And
we got to tell you that story off air.
It was really a good time. The flag turned into a cape after the game, and we were just cheering on the players getting on the bus, right? They just gave their all for 3 hours, and we just wanted to cheer them on.
The Chiefs had sombrero, made it back home safely. I see it's back on the wall.
Tim, there was a lady that tried to take it away from me. She asked for a picture with it, and I said no. And then she goes, "I'll give you $5 to buy it."
$5 for this.
$5.
$5. And then she goes, "Oh wow, I'm glad you didn't do that because I'm a Vikings fan." I'm like, why are you here?
So
what are you doing?
You're gonna have to rinse that thing off now.
Yeah, go ahead and keep. No, I didn't even let her touch it. It didn't leave my head, Tim. That was not happening. And then I turned right back around, just trying to see the next player coming out. I was like, "Where's Matty Ice? Where are those eyebrows?"
Should have said you'll give her the sombrero. She'll show you their trophy case.
Yeah.
But man, I tell you, Viking fans, I've met a few that are cool, but most of them, I personally dislike Viking fans more than Bear fans, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Like Bear fans, they can be obnoxious, but at least they've won something. The Vikings have never won anything, and they act like they're just not all of them, but most. So I'll tell you this: if you want to go watch the Packers try to beat up on the Vikings next week, you can go get your tickets at Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live, Wisconsin-based since '92, specializing in Packers tickets. They are Wisconsin's largest ticket source with offices next to Lambeau and in Milwaukee for your convenience. Just click on the link in the video description. That'll send you to theticketking.com where you can register for free as a customer. Go ahead and start shopping for your Packers tickets. Again, that's Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packers Total Access Live. So we're going to get into Chalk Talk, guys. You know the drill. We're going to have to, once we get Chalk Talk cranked up, we will hop over to Rumble and stay alive on X as well. So just keep that in mind. And before, though, we're going to put a little show together here and cover some stuff that kind of dropped today I thought was really cool. First things first, though, I want to say thoughts and prayers to Brett Favre as he announced today that he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. So
absolutely,
obviously prayers going up for number 4. And it's just such a tough disease. So, and I know we probably got listeners that maybe have been affected by it themselves or maybe family members. I know Mandy's father passed away with Parkinson's a couple years ago, and it's a tough disease to watch somebody you care about, watch anyone go through, but especially people you care about. So, prayers up for 04 for sure, man.
Absolutely, well said, Clayton.
All right, let's do this, man. Let's get into just a couple things that came across Twitter earlier today. NFL on CBS tweeted this out and said, most passing yards per attempt the last 2 weeks, Malik Willis leads the league at 9.8 yards per pass attempt. Derek Carr second at 9.4. Brock Purdy third at 9.3. And then most rushing yards per attempt the last 2 weeks, Malik Willis, 9.5 yards per attempt. Antonio Gibson second at 7.8. Then Lamar Jackson at 6.9. You have to have a minimum of 12 attempts. Listen, the first game, it was, all right, Malik played good. The second game, it's okay. He played even better. And now you're starting to look at some of the numbers and go, holy cow, boys, this dude is like playing top 3, top 5 quarterback level right now. Granted, not two of the best teams in the league that he played against, but still, man, what a phenomenal job. And like Matt LaFleur said, you can't overstate what he's done in a short amount of time he's here. So,
I mean, coming from Titans 0-3 there. Coming over there, a month with the Packers. We are blessed that he takes that, that kind of approach. He after he got a special game ball from Matt, stopped everything after he was talking, said, it goes out to this guy. And he's like, no, man, I just appreciate everyone in this locker room giving 100% every day. Doesn't matter if it's game, practice, whatever. We all are just going out playing the game that we love. And, him being able to come home with the W, man, that was the first thing that I was screaming at the fans was revenge tour. And we got that first touchdown on film. They went down and scored 7. And after that, it was Malik's time to shine. Like Clayton was saying, man, you had the people arguing over why did we get rid of him, this, and that. I said, I appreciate the 7th round pick, whatever. I mean, and that's it. Look at it like this. Are you happy with a 7th round pick for 2 wins right now?
2 wins minus your QB1? Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
We were talking about stealing one of these games, and looks like we're going to win them all.
How can we be mad at that? 2 wins for a 7th round pick. I think I'll take that. I think Goody was in his bag doing that.
Definitely. It's just so cool, Tim, that you got your backup quarterback stepping up like this. And LaFleur, man, he's starting to finally get the recognition he's so long deserved, right? And Nate Dogg here in the house says, did you guys see Aaron Rodgers call Jordan Love the Bears daddy today on the Pat McAfee show? I missed that part of the interview.
You didn't see that?
I missed it.
It was, yeah. They were like, oh, I guess Sauce has like bears or something at his house. When did they all come down from Maine or whatever? And Rodgers was sitting there watching me. He goes, where do you think they're going? He goes, you know what? Honestly, I think they should just get a hold of Jordan Love. I'm pretty sure he knows how to take care of the Bears, being the owner and all. It was nice.
Love it, man. Aaron's awesome, dude. I'm rooting for that dude. I love that he still has a passion for the Packers and rooting for them and everything. It's I don't know. It's just cool, man. It really is. Like I said, that last game that he played and absolutely lit it up. Check on your local Aaron Rodgers hater because they are not doing well this evening, right? He just continues to say the right things and continue to root on the Packers and do it classy. And I love it every time Jordan Love speaks out and talks about how good of a teammate Aaron was to him. Because, the Aaron Rodgers haters are just wallowing in it. They cannot stand that. They hate it. So cracks me up. Let's move on to power rankings. Fox NFL Podcasts put out their updated power rankings going into week 4. So Kansas City 1, Buffalo 2, Lions 3, Philadelphia Eagles jumped 3 spots to number 4. Baltimore Ravens jumped 3 spots to number 5. Houston Texans dropped 4 spots to number 6. The Green Bay Packers have jumped 4 spots to number 7. So now you're starting to see some of that recognition. San Fran dropped 4 spots to number 8. The Jets have climbed 3 spots to number 9. Saints dropped 1 spot to 10. Vikings have climbed 6 spots to number 11. Listen, the Vikings are playing like a top 3 team right now.
Right.
They really are. Now, I like that they're kind of making them earn it because they started ranked so low in the preseason. But Seattle as well, the Seahawks jumped 2 spots to number 12. Tampa Bay dropped 7 spots to number 13. Pittsburgh getting on the map here, jumping 2 more spots to number 14. The Bengals last night, boys, that looked bad. That looked real bad, losing. And then Washington Commanders, just a couple of them that are notable big jumps here. Washington Commanders jumped 10 spots to number 18. If you guys listen to this podcast, I had Caleb Williams as the number 1 quarterback on my draft board. You guys know that's not my personal opinion. That's what the data suggests. And every year I've started breaking down the quarterbacks and going, okay, trying to come up with here's my favorite. Jaden Daniels, hands down, was my favorite quarterback. I was the guy who got roasted for saying if I was the Chicago Bears, I would try to trade back 1 spot and then, tell the team, like, if you want Caleb, come get him, trade back 1 spot if you could. I think it was it Washington that drafted number? Yeah. Yep. So if you want Caleb, hey, look, man, I've got other people on the horn. If you want him, let's work a deal out. And if they take the bait, I would much rather have drafted Jaden Daniels than Caleb Williams. But it's obvious the Chicago Bears fell in love with him. And listen, he put up big numbers yesterday or Sunday, but it sounded like he threw the ball over 50 times. Is that what you guys heard too?
I thought it was 52 attempts.
That is so hard against the Colts. Like
Thank you, Tim.
Literally the week before, They laid out the blueprint on how to beat the Colts. Running down football. That's what the Packers did. And what does Chicago do? Let's make this difficult. Let's throw it 50 times. It's just wild.
The Bears still suck.
That's exactly what I needed after that, Tim, because honestly, I mean, I don't know what they're doing, right? We, like Clayton said, you saw what we did last week. Let's just go ahead and perform. It's not happening. But you know what gets me? Every time I think about Jaden Daniels, it was either Ross Tucker or Move the Sticks. They were talking about he got thousands and thousands of mental reps with the VR. They did a bunch. I'll have to dig back. I'll find more info on it for you, just so I'm not out of hand here. But he basically took a bunch of VR reps in football. You know, processing. You know, where's the pass going to go? Where's this going to go? Where's that going to go? And the dude, if these reps are working out for Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams, those thousands of extra reps that he had virtually could translate to the game. If that's the case, you know, all these college kids moving forward are going to be like, hey, you know, if I'm playing NCAA 25 on, you know, freshman, if I'm Jacob, then all right, yeah, let me put on the VR and get a couple extra reps in. But if not, that really could help them in the NFL. I mean, you need to make a decision in 3 seconds. It's like, you know, you turn the corner, you got to make the choice. So I think that could play into it, man. I'm excited to see how he does the rest of the year.
Yeah, definitely. And the big thing here, Tim, that I'm looking at on the power rankings, I try to go, okay, what was the strength of the opponents we played now that we got the power rankings updated? The Eagles, it was a one-score game, right? We took the Eagles to a one-score game. They're the 4th ranked team according to the power rankings, right? And then, of course, the Colts 25th, Titans 32nd. You should win those games. Good football teams should win those games, right? And we did. But the Eagles is the one that's more telling to me that you lost to the Eagles, but it's a close game, man. And there's some people that just like to pretend as if the Eagles are a bad football team. I don't understand that because I think they're built well in the trenches, and they've got some stuff they need to figure out. Obviously, I'd never liked the Kellen Moore hire because Kellen Moore is so kind of, I don't know, wanting to wing it around the yard as opposed to what the Eagles are kind of built for there. But anything you want to add to this power rankings here, Tim?
No, I was just real quick. I was thinking of our boy Relax on Twitter. This is great. I don't know if you guys can see this. He tweeted this earlier. Bears should trade Caleb Williams for Justin Fields. Always a good follow. Make sure you follow him on X.
That is hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. I kind of like the idea, too. Somebody was talking the other day about trading Malik Willis back to the Titans now that they know he's actually good, how to use him. And it's like,
for a third round this time.
Yeah, right. Trade for a third rounder and say you want David Putney just because you feel like it, right? From draft day.
Let Goody cook. Let him cook.
I'm so excited to have Malik Willis the next 2 years. And listen, the conversation is going to have to be had. I guess it won't be next year, but it'll be the following year, going into his 4th year of his contract. You'll have to have that conversation like, okay, do we want to trade him and flip that 7th into whatever, you know? Because, I mean, there are teams that notice, I guarantee it. My issue is I'm like, you know, screw the draft picks. Let's keep that dude as a backup as long as we possibly can. If we're going to trade him, let's trade him week 8, 2 years from now. Take it right up to the buzzer, right? Because I don't know, man, that's so valuable just knowing that you've got a guy that can fill in and win those games you're supposed to win. I don't expect him to go out there and beat if he's starting against the Vikings, it's going to be a hard sell for me to say, hey, look, we got this game. The Vikings are playing great football right now, great football. But I'll tell you this, I definitely don't go into that game with Malik Willis as a starter going, I don't know, guys, you know, like you feel good about what he's absorbed in the offense and the results they've got up to this point for sure. If you guys would hit that like button for us, got a bunch of people in here watching. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us, making us part of your evening. Feel free to sub to the channel, like all that good stuff. Share it with your friends. If you ain't got no friends, share it with your family. If you ain't got no family, you got family here. All right. Just Emilio is kind of the weird cousin. You just got to pay him no mind. All right.
Eric Sutherland's the weird uncle. So
yes,
it all makes sense.
He's the weird uncle and the weird aunt. We'll talk about that. All right. So this was pretty cool. Came across Twitter earlier. Football Insights tweeted it out. And I've been looking for this kind of data all year long, and there's a website that I can subscribe to. It's going to cost like $300 or something, so we may or may not do it. But this is cool. It kind of shows you the defensive coverages during the 2024 season. This is weeks 1 through 3. And I thought it'd be cool to take just a quick glance and say, okay, what are the Packers running coverage-wise, right? Now, their EPA per drop back is currently sitting at negative 0.06. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11th best in the league. Not too bad, right? Here is the defense they're running the most. They're running cover 3 the most so far. And that doesn't surprise me at all. That's exactly what we talked about when Hafley got hired. He's going to be cut from the same cloth as Robert Saleh, who grew up in the Pete Carroll system, like to play a lot of middle field close. Now, they will play shell, and they'll disguise it as cover 4, but it's actually cover 3. Cover 3 is their bread and butter, especially cover 3 buzz from back in the day where you'll buzz the safety into the box in those short hooks.
We saw so much of that, Clay. I remember X on the line all the time, and that's why we didn't hear Bullard a lot, right? He was back there at post safety. X was up on the line on a couple of them. He almost lined up, as the D lineman blitz right away. I mean, there was a couple of safety blitzes in there. I love that. I love that he's mixing that up in the different looks.
Definitely, man. And the other thing too, we're going to show on Chalk Talk tonight a play where McKinney, I actually tweeted it out already. McKinney was buzzing, or he was playing spurs, so he was pre-snap, kind of inching towards the box.
Yep.
And then as soon as the ball was snapped, he drops out, and they play Tampa 2 with Edgerrin Cooper covering the seam, and that's one of the sacks we got. Will Levis looked like he was trying to learn Chinese, bro. He was like, what in the world is going – it was awesome. Can't wait to show y'all that one for sure. So, but, yeah, so they play cover 3 more than anything. Let's see what the second most ran coverage is for the Packers. Second most will be 19% cover 1. So what are you seeing? Middle field close, right, in both of those coverages. So there you go. Cover 1 man and cover 3 are the 2 defenses you run the most. Coming in a close third place there, it was real close to second at 17%, is cover 6. We've already broke that down on Chalk Talk at least once or twice so far in this early season. Cover 6 is – it's one half of the field is cover 2, the other half is cover 4, and they call it cover 6 because 4 plus 2 equals 6, right? So basically,
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
One half of the field, the safety is deep half, and you've got underneath zones. The other half of the field is 2 deep safeties, breaking it down into quarters on that half of the field, and then a couple of guys underneath. So that's what cover 6 is. We run that 17% of the time, okay? And then
what's that number 2 in the league? I think actually, and honestly, it's trusting your players, being able to say, hey, I believe X can cover. What is it? Half of 53, 26, 27 yards all by himself, no problem, right? And then we got Ja and Keyshawn coming up on the other side, or Eric Stokes and Keyshawn, fading back on the other side. Again, they all got to cover him in at some point, but I like that he's mixing that in there. I think that it's cool that we have the trust in, if it is X or if it is Bull or Evan. He did have a couple. I think his first rep was in the second quarter after tape as safety, but put him at post, let him cover, and let X go down there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, and then next you got, what is it, at 12%, I believe it is. Let's see, you got 32-17. Yeah, so 12% you play cover 4. And then after that, the Packers are playing only 1% of the time cover 0. So there you go. Cover 3, zone, probably some match principles as well. Definitely match principles. We've seen it. Cover 1 man, and then cover 6 zone with some zone match principles there as well. So,
but I don't get it, Clayton. I thought we were just going to play press
man.
Be aggressive, blitz all the time, rush 7. What happened?
Oh, it's wild, man. I'll tell you what happened, man. There's some people that's got a microphone in front of them and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And everybody just they regurgitate what the drunken podcaster says when they don't have a clue.
And Clay, honestly, from what I saw, didn't it kind of seem like some of that cover, we started in cover 2 and it was sort of a late rotation to a cover 1 man robber, maybe that sort of look where they were coming down last second, let's make Will really think about this.
Yeah, they were disguising like crazy.
Yeah.
And not disguising in a way that it hampers your ability to get back either.
Right, yeah. So like if we're up in cover 2 shell, and you're asking one safety to come down in a robber, you're going towards the ball at the beginning. You know, you can make a break towards the ball. It doesn't have to be crazy, but I like that Hafley's not, you know, we're not just in cover 3 right away, right? You know, walk the safety down, we're up there, but we can still disguise it a little bit.
And you can see McKinney when we do it on Chalk Talk. He's sitting there in spur, and he's kind of showing mid-hook, and he takes a step forward, and then as soon as the ball's snapped, he slaps his hands and he bails out. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So McKinney is telling you he's the cog that makes this thing go, man. There's no doubt about it. He is that dude in this defense. Really excited to see him get even better as the season goes along, and Hafley's going to be able to unveil even more wrinkles, right? And we've seen some really cool pass rushes too we're going to cover tonight, showing the overload. One play in particular I have never seen before. Remember the scrape from Edgerrin Cooper? It was actually a TT scrape. So they had a TT stunt.
Tackle, the one we were talking about?
Tackle crosses the face, right? The other tackle's ready to loop, but he waits for Edgerrin to scrape, and then he loops out of Edgerin's hip pocket. So it's like they just kept coming. I bet Will Levis was like, they got to have 13 guys on the field.
And from what I was watching earlier, is there was a scrape previous to the one we were talking about where Edgerrin got in on the sack. Previous to that, he also ran a scrape earlier on the and all it takes is a little bit of downhill force, man, and that dude is cruising. It's like he breaks through the line, no problem.
And what you're seeing is the scrapes, very effective. Him being trusted with the seam in Tampa too, that's huge.
Right.
It just shows you they're starting to put a little more trust in him. And if I remember correct, let me pop this up here real quick. How many snaps did he get? I feel like he got a few more. So he got 18 this week.
You said 20. We were talking. We said, how many do you
like
think it's going to be? 15 to 20 probably. Yep.
So he played 33% of the defensive snaps. They're going to continue to put more and more on his plate. So.
And I'm not mad. Like, obviously, he's still young, right? I did watch one where I think it was like a wide zone right or something, running right, and he was. If you're from the quarterback looking to him, you know, he's on the left side, but he kind of over pursued a little bit too much. And we still got the tackle beforehand, but he was over the hashes at that point. Like, he is over pursuing on some things, but he's still hammering everything else that we need from him, and he's still getting, you know, to the quarterback upfield quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Deadfish in the chat says, what you might not have realized, the Packers have 2 October and 1 November road games. Only 3 road games between now and December 5th at the Rams, Jaguars, and Bears. Good info there. Appreciate it, buddy. So you're going to get some games at home. That's really exciting for sure. Let's see what else we got here. I bet it is, Amelia. I bet it is. Elijah in the chat. I can see it in your nose. Elijah Quinn says, Clayton, new listener here. With Aaron Jones now in the Minnesota backfield, do you think Packers' run defense is capable of slowing him down? Titans and Colts gave up on the running game too early. Elijah, I think that's a very valid point. Tony Pollard's a good back. They shut him down. But I'm telling you, man, Emilio, you were right there next to me in the stadium. It didn't feel like they committed to the run at any point, did it?
Would they have 30 yards? I mean, honestly, all I remember was him dropping back. And I even told you afterwards, I don't even remember 8 sacks happening. Like, I remember probably 4 to 5 happening. And you go back and look, it's like, dude, we were
it happened all at the same time. It was like once one happened, it was bang, 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 bang. It's like Hafley just said, you know what, boys? Load up the clip. Here we go.
Dude, when we tried to find him, which box is he in? Because he is absolutely cooking. Can we send one of them loaded nachos to him? Because he is absolutely cooking back there.
Tim, these loaded nachos, man. Let me tell you. It was
what was it? Smoked sausage? It was smoked sausage.
Nacho chips, smoked sausage, some peppers and stuff in there, and they covered it in beer cheese.
Oh,
bro. Y'all wondering why I had to stop.
The frosty liquor drinks, Clay.
Oh, my God, bro. I had to stop twice on the way home yesterday. I made the confession. Mandy was on the phone with a couple clients, and I just smacked her on the shoulder. I went, hey. And I walked in. This little Indian dude behind the register looked like he weighed 33 pounds, and he was behind these bars. I don't even know what exit it was. It was Podunk, Tennessee. And I walked in and just tipped my hat and went, How you doing? I went straight to the bathroom, called some dinosaurs, came out, got a little Gatorade light, got back in the car. 10 minutes down the road, slap Manny on the shoulder again, hit it again. So it was rough, but it was.
He was wearing a Packer shirt too, I'm sure. By the time he walked in there, just gotta.
Yep.
So Elijah's like, "What the hell does this have to do with Aaron Jones?"
It has absolutely nothing to do with Aaron Jones. And Elijah, since you're a new listener, I'm gonna go ahead and warn you: this show sucks. Okay, you're probably never gonna be back, and we appreciate you swinging through. But
I think he worded the question properly, like for sure, right? Do you think the Packers' run defense is capable of slowing down Aaron Jones? Because stopping that guy, that's, he's one of those backs that if you can slow him down and get in his way, that's probably the best you can do with Aaron Jones. And I would fully anticipate, you talk about a revenge game. Clearly Showtime is ready to come back to Lambeau, wants to show up. But I think our defense is ready. And, maybe it's one of those scenarios where, Aaron Jones is going to get his yardage and, he's going to eat, but, we may lose that battle, but we'll win the war and win the ball game. So I think they'll do enough to slow him down. I don't know if slowing him down is going to, have that much of an impact on the game, but I fully expect him to play well and our defense to play well also. Yeah,
definitely. And Elijah, yes. So what I was getting at there with the point was Tony Pollard's a good back. Jonathan Taylor's a good back. There's probably people that would disagree with me about Jonathan Taylor, but Aaron Jones is the best back we will have faced by the time we play him this Sunday, right? There's no two ways about it. This is a different beast. That dude will make chicken salad out of chicken, what, right? And we gotta make sure we're on our P's and Q's there, as Tim likes to say. And I'll tell you this too, Sam Darnold is playing outside his mind right now. So it's gonna be.
I would agree with that, Clayton. I would think other than Saquon in week one, Aaron Jones is going to be the best running back we're going to face so far.
Definitely. Chris Natch in the chat says, like on YouTube and now a like on Rumble. You're welcome. LOL. Yeah, so everybody get ready to hop on X or on Rumble, okay? We're getting ready to fire up Chalk Talk here, and we can't stay live on YouTube because we want to honor their copyright rules and all that. So now's the time to do it. If you just go to Rumble, you can it's probably the best platform outside of YouTube to use. Just go to Rumble and search Packers Total Access. It should pop right up. Packer Fan Total Access will pull it up as well. So anything else you guys want to add here for the YouTube crowd before we hop over there to Rumble exclusive?
Yeah, one more birthday shout out to Emilio. Happy birthday, brother.
Appreciate you, Tim. Thank you, sir. The Woodford Reserve is doing its trick.
Birthday shots, I like it. Just remember, you're still young, but you're young enough to enjoy it, old enough to know better.
Yeah, I'll definitely got to hit stretching before I go to bed. I'm not trying to cramp up by tomorrow. I mean, my man Clayton, man, he does not prepare for those kind of endeavors. I tried to offer him one of them bananas, Tim. No shot. He said
he needed room for the nachos, man.
Of Jordan and Clay slamming them.
Tim, we were crossing the bridge there in downtown Nashville. He said, "You want a banana? This is the look I gave him." No, I'm good, man. I don't need that.
Yeah, he said, "You want a banana?" And Clayton was like,
"How dare you?"
He said, "I got an extra in my backpack here." You know what I'm saying? So, anyway,
I was over there just trying to be ready for no cramp session, and I was good to go. We were ready to cheer on the fellas leaving the stadium, going to the buses. I'll take it.
My man carrying bananas, unbelievable. All right, that's going to do it here on YouTube, guys. Again, plug in over at Rumble or on X. We're just going to stay live there. We're already live on both those platforms. So if you're just exclusive to YouTube, we will see you guys and gals tomorrow night. We appreciate y'all.
Heard it from a fan right here.